One major issue I got is alcoholics. I helped out a lot of alcoholics. Walked a lot of alcoholics to warming centers. Walked a lot of them to the services. Was it because they were alcoholics? No, I did it because they're still human beings. Same reason I showed the meth heads where those services were. Same reason I showed the heroin junkies where those services were. However, working with those people, I got to learn a lot about a lot of different people, a lot of different addictions. And it all comes down to people who are addicted to something aren't going to hear you. They're just not. You can say the same thing 400 times. They got the attention span of, well, about 2 seconds. A lot of the stuff that I tried telling Shannon, I had to tell her so many times. And about the 80th or 90th time that I'd try to explain it to her and get interrupted, she'd say, "Oh, well, you didn't tell me that." Well, that's because every time I tried, you were busy interrupting me mid-sentence, assuming what it is that you think I should say, and dumping all of your problems on me. It makes it difficult when these are the people who offer to help. That doesn't make them bad people. It makes them incapable of helping. If someone is drunk all the time, do you want them building your house? Probably not. My life is more important than a house. Your life is more important than a house. Is this really something you want to trust with an alcoholic? Or a meth head? Or a heroin junkie? Now, I'm not trying to be a dick by saying junkie. It's just part of the terminology that I grew up with. A lot of people got mad that I called Natalie a junkie. I'm sorry. She's pretty. She's an addict. Only ugly people can be junkies. The problem is, I'm not the one that fed that shit to Natalie. I'm not the one that gave her heroin and took advantage of her. I'm not the one that fed her methamphetamines and took advantage of her. I should have been allowed to face my accusers. Instead, the judge, jury, and executioner was out to lunch. The public went at me in such a cruel fashion. I needed an honest court date. An honest fucking court date. So the outcome of that court date could be used to prove my innocence when people are attacking me and assaulting me and threatening my fucking life. That means an honest day in court where I get to face my accusers. Now, most of my accusers are the general public at this point. People who I had never done any wrong to. Ever. How you feel about a situation is completely different from the facts of the situation. If Natalie and Maddie and fucking Alycia had stopped to try to fucking understand the situation that they put me in. Yes, they put me in. By not telling the truth. Then maybe I would have thought about them as decent human beings, but they're not. Natalie's dead. Alycia will probably kill herself next. One can only hope, right? Just because I love somebody doesn't mean that they're not evil. What Alycia Bollinger did is straight up fucking evil. While I'm being assaulted after leaving Virginia. She's turning a blind eye. After her sister died, she continued this. Oh, it's not my fault that these people did this to Sean over me not telling the truth. I did everything I fucking could to try to get an honest fucking day in court. Because I didn't have money, I didn't matter.